반짝이는 눈빛 눈이 부셔 매일 날 감싸주는 손길
지금 당장이라도 할 수 있는 모든 수단 다 해서 당신을 사회적으로 완전히 내장시키고 싶은 마음이 간절해요.
아버지는요? 사고 난 거 아직 모르세요?
Jinayong felt a wave of anxiety wash over her after hearing the news of Han Yeon-sung's accident. Her thoughts, however, were not focused on his well-being but rather on her own selfish concerns. She worried not only about the possibility of losing her husband but also about the financial implications of his potential death. Her mind raced with the idea of how his passing could deprive her of the wealth she expected to inherit and how she could be cast aside if he didn't survive. In the depth of her mind, she plotted as soon as Yeon-sung regained consciousness, she would file for divorce and secure a hefty alimony payment. Or perhaps she mused if he died, the substantial life insurance policies he had taken out would yield her a significant payout. The thought brought a cold smile to her face as she considered the prospects. With these thoughts in mind, Jinayong went to the hospital ready to take advantage of Han Yeon-sung's situation. However, her plans were soon at risk of being discovered. Meanwhile, Kim Marie, Han Yeon-sung's loving mother, spent every day in tears of her son's bedside, praying for him to recover. Yeon-sung, please wake up, she begged, filled with worry. While other family members were hopeful for Yeon-sung's recovery, Jinayong's true motivations were very different. She pretended to care about her husband, but she was really just eager for him to wake up so she could start her plans for alimony. Kim Marie saw right through her. She knew Jinayong's dark past and felt a strong dislike for her. She promised herself that someone like Jinayong didn't belong by her son's side. Jinayong was fixated on the money she could gain. The hospital was just a stepping stone for her and she was determined to find a way to get what she wanted. Little did she know Kim Marie was not just grieving, she was also watching Jinayong closely. As the days went by, Jinayong grew more impatient. She visited the hospital every day, staring at her unconscious husband and getting lost in greedy thoughts. She even whispered to herself about how nice it would be to claim the insurance money if he died. Maybe it would be better if he doesn't wake up, she said quietly, her words filled with malice. Kim Marie noticed Jinayong's cold attitude and lack of real concern. This raised her suspicions. A wife should be worried about her husband, not calm and calculating like Jinayong appeared to be. Kim Marie decided to stay alert. Then unexpectedly, Han Yeon-sung opened his eyes, shocking his mother. "Mom, don't be too happy yet," he whispered. He explained to her that he suspected Jinayong was planning something and that they needed to pretend he was still unconscious to gather proof of her true intentions. Kim Marie agreed and they quietly watched Jinayong's visits. Unaware that they were onto her, Jinayong grew bolder. One day, she made a secret call from the hospital room, asking about the insurance payout. Her voice shook with anxiety but she felt relieved after the call, believing her fortune was close. However, the walls of the hospital held more than her whispered secrets. Kim Marie and Han Yeon-sung had taken precautionary measures, installing a recording device in the room to capture Jinayong's treachery. They listened intently as her every word revealed the depth of her malice. As they listened to her, they became even more determined to expose her. Once they had enough evidence, Kim Marie took action. She reported Jinayong to the police, who quickly arrested her for insurance fraud. Jinayong's plans fell apart as she was kicked out of the family, facing the consequences of her actions. That's all for today, guys. Thank you all for watching.
'Cause you are beautiful.